Hi, everyone. If you have not already, you should have finished Chapter 1B review guide. I made sure that all of you had the Chapter 1B review guide before we left on this break. So your first assignment is to have completed the Chapter 1B review guide. And again, I have this in the instructions at the top of this page. After you complete the 1B review guide, you should have already completed the Chapter 2A vocabulary by using Quizlet to fill in the vocab list. Now, for Chapter 2A, we are just focusing on AR verbs. So if you would take out your Chapter 1A vocab list, Chapter 1A vocab list has all of our infinitives on it, and those are all the verbs that end in AR, ER, and IR. We had highlighted them. Things like cantar, hablar, bailar, all of our infinitive verbs meaning to do something. So today I'm going to go through and just teach you how to conjugate a regular AR verb. So the definition of conjugation is the process of changing the infinitive form of the verb to match the subject. So last chapter, we learned all of our subject pronouns, yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, vosotros, and ellos, ellas, and ustedes. So now we are going to be changing a verb like bailar, and we're going to be matching it to those subject pronouns. So you're going to know how to say, I dance, you dance, he dances, she dances, we dance, y'all dance, they dance. So an infinitive is an unconjugated verb. There are three types of infinitives, as you guys, if you remember from last chapter, AR, ER, and IR verbs. And the infinitive carries the meaning to do something. So bailar, to dance, cantar, to sing. The stem or root of the verb is everything before the AR, ER, IR ending. So you may hear me call it a stem, you may hear me call it a root. They both mean the same thing. And this is the part of the word that you get when you chop off that AR, ER, and IR. So for example, the verb bailar, once we chop off the AR, we're left with bail. And bail is going to be what is going to be called our stem or our root. So we're going to figure out what are the stems of these following verbs. Now these are AR, ER, and IR. But again, all you have to do is chop off that ending, and then you're going to be left with your stem. So esquiar, chop off the AR, and you're left with esqui. Estudiar, chop off the AR, you're left with estudi. Bailar, chop off the AR, you're left with bail. So let's take a look at our answers. Okay, and I did do them all for you, so you can fill them in your note packet. So these are all of these words just with the AR, ER, IR chopped off at the end. So now we're going to talk about AR conjugation. Conjugation is not hard. In order to conjugate a verb, you simply take the root or stem of the verb and you simply add the new ending. So each type of verb is going to have its own set of endings. So today we're just going to focus on AR. So here is your AR endings chart. Now I included what would be our normal T chart of all of our subject pronouns. So again, you have yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, vosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes. And there are your endings. So these 6 little mini words are going to be what you're going to add to the end of your stem or root of your verb. And let's look at an example. The endings are pronounced o, as, a, amos, ice, and on. And don't forget there is an accent on the A of ice. So, for example, we're going to do the verb hablar, which is to talk. So the stem is habla, because we take off that AR. And then if you look at the T chart, all you do is add those 6 endings. So we added the O to hablo. So yo hablo means I talk. Tu hablas is you talk. El, ella, usted habla is going to be he talks, she talks, or you formal talk. Nosotros is going to be hablamos, vosotros habláis, and then ellos, ellas, ustedes hablan is going to be they talk or you all talk. Okay, so all you have to do is add that ending to the root or stem of any regular AR verb, and you'll be conjugating verbs. So here are the examples used in a sentence. You had the phrase hablar por teléfono in chapter 1A. So all I did was conjugate that verb and put it in a sentence for all of the subject pronouns. So yo hablo por teléfono is I talk on the phone. Tú hablas por teléfono is you talk on the phone. Ella habla por teléfono is she talks on the phone, etc. And you can read down the rest of the examples. Okay, so this is all we're doing this chapter. Your vocabulary for this chapter is all of your school subjects because we are going to learn how to write out our school schedule. So make sure you have your vocab list filled in, your note packet filled in, and then after this little mini presentation, I have a practice worksheet that you're going to do for points. Practice worksheet, all you need is this short little PowerPoint to help you, or the notes if you printed them out, and you will be able to complete it. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to email me or send me a message on Remind, and I will help you to the best of my ability. All right, thanks.